Hey everyone, either welcome back or welcome to my channel. And in today's video, I want to talk about which headaches are worse for me, the migraines or the IIH headaches. So before I get into any more details, time for the intro. Back in 2018, I was diagnosed with IIH. IIH is short for idiopathic intracranial hypertension. In short, in IIH, there's an increased intracranial pressure without a known cause. IIH is known by two older names, pseudotumor cerebri and benign intracranial hypertension. Living with IIH is very hard to explain to others, as it can be hard to tell when I'm not feeling well. My hope is that through these videos we can learn together and help make relationships better through a better understanding. I also hope to provide people living with IIH a community so they never feel like they are alone with this condition. Don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell down below so that you get updated about further videos. I upload new content every Monday and Thursday afternoon. Not long after I was diagnosed with IIH, I was actually diagnosed with migraine headaches as well. Now this is really interesting because I have never had migraines before I had IIH, so it can be very hard to tell when you're having an IIH headache versus a migraine. And like I said, there's some symptoms that I think are very obviously related to IIH. So if I start experiencing double vision, the pulsing in my head, I want to describe, I guess, what headache is worse to experience and why. And I'm going to just get right to the point and say IIH headaches are much, much worse to deal with because when I'm having IIH symptoms, it's not just the head, it's the entire body basically. I get pain in my muscles and my arms and my legs as well when my headaches get really bad. The neck gets really, really tight as I've described it. My back actually gets really, really sore on my lower back. And then there's the whole throbbing headache. And sometimes I'm light sensitive and sometimes I'm not with IIH headaches basically. So I feel like there's a lot more symptoms going on with IIH headaches versus migraines. I know that with the migraines, when I have them, sometimes I have a little bit of visual issues beforehand, sometimes I don't. It's very, very hard to know. Also, my headache helmet with IIH headaches tends to just make it more comfortable, while with the migraines, it can completely get rid of the headache. So that's really interesting. I don't know if that's just something that I've experienced myself, or if that's just sometimes the headache responds to the headache and sometimes it doesn't, even with the migraines too. But that is also something that I've noticed, that the one headache tends to just feel a little bit more comfortable when I have the ice on my head compared to the migraines sometimes can be gone if I get on the ice soon enough. So the fatigue that I experience with IIH is something that I kind of experience all the time. It's not really something that comes and goes with the headaches itself. So it's just something that I kind of got used to over the past couple of years. You just learn to adjust and live with a certain level of fatigue. And it's just kind of, you do that by just pushing on basically. So you do things often in a little bit different of a way than what you did before. So you might have to take more breaks. It might take longer to get things done. It might have to be done in a different order than what you would normally try to do something in. You might have to try and tackle multiple tasks at once. So you do a little bit of each thing if there's something that you need to do, and then go back and forth between multiple tasks to get it done. And then basically just making sure that you don't overdo it, because that's a problem. And like I said, I'm terrible at doing that. So I'm probably not the best to be giving advice with that, because I'm kind of one of those, oh, we're feeling good, let's get as much done as we can, and then I pay for it for the next day or two. So I've talked about that before. So the IIH is more than just the headache itself, which is a really, really common thing that people with IIH say. Like, it's I'm not just experiencing a headache when I have it, like, there's a whole bunch of symptoms that go along with it when you have it. It's a really, really good day when you basically have a day without a headache and all of that, because it very rarely happens. I think out of everything, like I've said, the worst symptom is the tightness in the neck or the actual headaches itself. Like, it it is a really close tie, because when I have the neck tightness, it can make me feel quite nauseous, and then you don't really feel like you feel really, really sick when you do experience that. So if I'm talking about the actual diagnoses, IIH I was much more scared for, because there's a potential need to have surgery. There's the potential need that, you could lose your eyesight if things aren't done quickly enough, or if things don't happen quickly enough. Whatever they decide to do is the best option. Having the threat of losing your eyesight is a very scary thing, and the thing is that migraines can be scary sometimes too, because you don't know when they're going to happen. You don't know when you're going to have a bad day, so it's really, really hard to plan. Like, there's a lot of similar things between IIH and migraines too, that, you know, if I hear that somebody experiences migraines, I have a lot more compassion for them, because I experience them too. And then I usually use that as a, okay, what I experience is like migraines, but I have all this too. They're equally as bad for different reasons. So, I'm honestly in the middle about which one's actually worse to have. If you guys have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them down below. And as for now, that's it for today. Bye, everyone.